Tea Time with Shebrew Royalty features remedies for inner healing and outer beauty. Real-time conversations with sisters in the Hebrew Israelite community, focused on healing our spirit, mind, and body, which will contribute to the healing of our nation as a whole. Sip a cup of tea, wear your favorite turban, tee, or tunic, and enjoy tea time with Shebrew Royalty. Tea Time with Shebrew Royalty features remedies for inner healing and outer beauty. Real-time conversations with sisters in the Hebrew Israelite community, focused on healing our spirit, mind, and body, which will contribute to the healing of our nation as a whole. Sip a cup of tea, wear your favorite turban, tee, or tunic, and enjoy tea time with Shebrew Royalty. Tea Time with Shebrew Royalty features remedies for inner healing and outer beauty. Real-time conversations with sisters in the Hebrew Israelite community, focused on healing our spirit, mind, and body, which will contribute to the healing of our nation as a whole. Sip a cup of tea, wear your favorite turban, tee, or tunic, and enjoy tea time with Shebrew Royalty. Shebrew Royalty. She's got the fruits of the spirit, love, joy, and peace. She's got long suffering, gentleness, and goodness, temperance, faith, and meekness too. Shebrew Royalty. She's got the fruits of the spirit.
Shalawam, shalawam, sisters, shalawam. Come on in, come on in. We are here. I am here. I am here. You ladies were right on time. You were right on time. I was running a little bit behind here. Oh my goodness. The day got away from me. The day got away from me, but we are here. Come on in with your beautiful royal selves. Who is here? Let's see. Sister Adonai is here. Is that Sister Ahab Karad? All right, sisters. That's what I'm talking about. Who else is here? Let me see. Let me see. Sister Ahab Karad, look at you all. Come on in. Looking forward to learning more about this topic. I am telling you, this is another one of these topics that's way overdue, way overdue. So if you haven't already done so, please hit that like button, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. We are about to go in. So before we go any further, let's do what we do every single Sunday when we come on here, is we give a huge praise to the Almighty, AHAYAH, ASHAR, AHAYAH. I am that I am, the God of the Hebrews and the Shebrews. In the name of his Son, YASHAYA HaMashiach, whom the world calls Jesus Christ, and the Holy Spirit, Rawach Qadash. So let us give them a huge praise for bringing us back another Sunday. I am so excited. I am your hostess, Kuala Yakaka, and I humbly thank you for joining me on this broadcast today. Let's see what y'all are saying out there. Khan, same here. All praises to the Most High. Yes, looking forward to learning more about this topic. Yeah, this topic is much needed, sisters. More than we can even imagine. More than we can imagine. This is a necessary topic that we have to go into. So welcome back. Happy Sunday. How was your week? I pray that you all had a blessed and productive week. Mine was, and I am so looking forward to what this new week has to offer. I am really excited about this new week. Yes, there's just, oh my goodness, there's just so much to be thankful for, isn't there? Yes, but let's get these disclaimers out of the way so we can jump right into this show. Before moving forward, let's get these disclaimers out of the way. Let me first start by saying Tea Time with Shebrew Royalty is not going to be everybody's cup of tea. We get it. We understand. We don't expect it to be. However, if you come upon this channel and you realize that we're just not your cup of tea, that's okay. I encourage you to continue to search YouTube, and I am sure that if you do that, you will find your perfect cup of tea and your perfect flavor. You owe that to yourself. What I do ask is that you not leave any insults, any derogatory statements in the chat box, because that would be distasteful. So we thank you in advance, and we wish you well on your search. Also, although I am a licensed physician assistant and certified functional nutrition informed professional, and I will be touching on topics of health and wellness on my broadcast, such as tonight, we will not be utilizing this platform to diagnose or treat anyone's illnesses. If you are experiencing any medical problems whatsoever, please consult your healthcare practitioner. And the views that you will hear on this channel are the views of myself or my guests, and not those of any particular church or organization. The information provided on this channel is for educational and informational purposes only and is not intended as medical advice. The content shared here, including videos, guides, and resources, reflects general wellness knowledge and personal experiences and should not be used as a substitute for professional medical diagnosis, treatment, or advice. Always seek the guidance of your physician or other qualified healthcare provider with any questions you may have regarding a medical condition, diet, or wellness program. Never disregard medical advice or delay in seeking it because of something you have heard or seen on this channel. Some videos and materials may feature foods, herbal teas, nutritional supplements, and skin or hair care products offered through Shebrew Royalty LLC. These products are not evaluated by the FDA and are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Results may vary, and individuals with allergies, underlying health conditions, or who are pregnant or nursing should consult a qualified health professional before using any product or adopting any wellness recommendation shared on this platform or the Shebrew Royalty LLC website. By watching this channel, you acknowledge and agree that you do so at your own risk. The creators, guests, and affiliates of this channel are not liable for any injury, loss, or damage allegedly arising from the information, suggestions, or practices shared here. That being said, let's talk about our featured product, because every week we will be featuring a product from our Shebrew Royalty Temple Treasures or Hebrew Royalty product lines. We have so many incredible products that it's really difficult to choose any one. So we're going to give each of them their own week to be featured. So tonight's featured product is another treasure from Shebrew Royalty's Temple Treasures collection. So let's talk about Temple Treasures, because your skin is your temple. You must honor it and treasure it with the luxury that it deserves. Temple Treasures is a handcrafted, all-natural skincare line inspired by ancient beauty rituals and designed for the modern queen, infused with powerful botanicals, rare essential oils, and nutrient-rich ingredients. Our products nourish, restore, and elevate your glow. From the radiant facial scrubs to indulgent bath soaks, each formula is a sacred self-care experience, because true beauty isn't just skin deep, it's a reflection of the divine within. So I want you to experience Temple Treasures, where skincare meets sacred ritual. So begin your skincare journey to outer radiance and beauty now. So let's jump in and let me present our featured product for the night. And I am going to bring it up on the screen right here. Here is our featured product for the night. Let me get to Temple Treasures. Let's go here. There we go. And you know what? Let's go directly to the store so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Let's go directly to the store. Look at all of these amazing products. We're just going to skip right by those and we're going to get straight to the point. Here's our featured product tonight. Our featured product is Royal Purity Body Butter, because I hear so many sisters that speak about their sensitive skin. And so we're not neglecting you all if you have sensitive skin. You may be one of those people that tend to have flare-ups when you come in contact with chemicals or other topical agents that you may be sensitive to or actually have an allergic reaction to. That is why we take care to use all organic and natural ingredients in our products. Every one of our products are created to be of the highest quality without synthetic chemicals. We go one step further with our featured product tonight, the Royal Purity Body Butter. Royal Purity Body Butter, not only are the ingredients organic and natural, we have omitted the essential oils, which some people may have sensitivities to as well. So, although there are no essential oils in this product, and it is unscented, it still has that luxurious satin feel as all of our other body butters, because the base is the same, right? So let's see what we say here about our Royal Purity Body Butter. It says here, indulge in the luxurious Royal Purity Body Butter from Shebrew Royalty Temple Treasures collection. This unscented, sensitive, skin-friendly formula deeply nourishes, leaving skin feeling soft and smooth. And once again, all organic ingredients: raw shea butter, mango butter, coconut oil, rosehip seed oil, jojoba oil, sweet almond oil, and arrowroot powder. This body butter is super soothing and calming for sensitive skin. And, I have a friend that has very, very, very sensitive skin. And she was really skeptical. She was really skeptical about trying this product because she knows how sensitive her skin is. And I am actually going here to the reviews and I'm going to read her review. Give me just a second right here. My computer on my end is a little slow, but I want to have it right in front of me so I can read her. Here is her review. Her name is Dahlia. And let's see, she starts off with saying highly recommended. And she says here, I have finally found the body butter that suits my sensitive skin. I have tried many moisturizers and other body butters, which have made my eczema worse. Royal body butter has a pleasant smell. The texture is what you would expect from body butter, thick and buttery. I love the way it melts into my skin without leaving a greasy residue. My skin feels soft and hydrated after each use. And she gave us a 5-star. And I have other customers that have tried this product for their sensitive skin, and they rave about it. So if you have sensitive skin, sisters, this is the product for you. This is the product for you. Trust me. And when I say this stuff is buttery, I am not kidding. I am not kidding. I don't know if you've tried if you out there have tried the body butters, but if you haven't yet, please, please, please try these body butters, because once you try these body butters, you're not going to go back to that store-bought stuff. I promise. Sister Phyllis says, Shalawam, Sister Kuala, my beautiful sisters. Oh, Shalawam says, it is so nice to have you here. Thawada, you need that beautiful scarf. I can hook you up. I can hook you up, sis. It's nothing but a word. Nothing but a word. So yes, that is our product for the night. Royal Purity Body Butter. And I promise, if you have sensitive skin and you try this product and you flare up, money back guaranteed. Money back guaranteed, because I stand behind this product. All right, sisters. So that is our product for the night. They are amazing. Sister Habkarad says, the water. Yes, you have tried just about everything. You have really tried just about everything, sis. So if anyone knows, you do. So sisters, talk to me. What is your cup of tea tonight? You know what time it is. You know this is tea time. So I am going to ask that question. What is your cup of tea tonight? Come on, talk to me. What are you sipping on? What are you sipping on tonight? So I am going to reveal what I'm sipping on in just a minute, but I want to hear from you all. I want to hear what is your cup of tea, or you know, your drink, whatever it is that you're having. If you're having water, if you're having iced tea, whatever it may be, talk to me. I'm sure it's something healthy, it's something tasty, it's something nutritious, just as mine is. So I'm going to reveal what mine is tonight. And here we go. Here we go. My tea tonight is kiwi strawberry black tea kombucha. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That's all I can say. I know it's been a while since I've featured kombucha here on Tea Time, but I thought this would be the perfect time to do so since we're talking about an issue tonight involving our gut health. So I thought this would be a perfect time for me to feature once again my kombucha. It is so yummy, sis. It really is. Kiwi, strawberry, and black tea. Oh my goodness. It is really delicious. So many of us have been trying to clean up our gut, right? And have not only explored kombucha, but kefir as well. So if you've asked yourself, which one is better? I wonder which one is better. Which one is healthier? Is it the kefir or is it the kombucha? Well, let's hear what Dr. Berg has to say about that topic. Oh, she says, oh my goodness, that tea looks so delicious. It really is, sis. It really is. It really, really is. Have you tried my kombuchas? Have you tried my kombuchas, sis? Because you know that's one of the things that I specialize in, I must say, is kombucha making. And of course, kombucha drinking as well, because if I'm making it, I better drink it. But this stuff is so good, it's so tasty, and it's so gut friendly. So let's watch this video from Dr. Berg, and we will learn, we'll hear what he has to say about kombucha versus kefir. Let's see. Which one do you drink? Do you drink either kefir or kombucha or both? And if you do, what is your preference? What is your preference? I like both, but when it comes to taste, for me, hands down kombucha. But they both, as you will see in this video, have amazing health benefits. So let's watch this video. And this is kefir versus kombucha tea. Which one is healthier? Let us find out.
Let's talk about the difference between kefir and kombucha tea. Which one is healthier? Well, kefir mostly is created from lactic acid bacteria, whereas kombucha is created more from acetic acid bacteria. So we have two separate bacteria that are creating this end product. Now, with lactic acid bacteria, we have that bacteria in our gut, but we don't have acetic acid bacteria because this type of bacteria needs oxygen, and there's not a lot of oxygen inside our digestive system. But we can benefit from the byproduct of acetic acid bacteria. Now, when you hear the word acetic acid, you typically think vinegar, which is true. But acetic acid is also the majority of acid in kombucha tea. So let's start with kefir, okay? And it has to do with lactic acid that's generated from the lactic acid bacteria, which also has to do with the same acid when you ferment vegetables, like in sauerkraut and kimchi. So the benefit of kefir has everything to do with the benefit of lactic acid and the benefit of lactic acid bacteria. So this allows you to digest lactose a lot better. Lactose is milk sugar. It helps with regular bowel movements. and especially to avoid getting constipated. It also helps fight against pathogens. It decreases inflammation. It increases the immune system, especially against colds and the flu. It even can help prevent colon cancer and the formation of polyps in the colon. And it can actually help you lose weight. All right, that's on the kefir side where you have lactic acid and lactic acid bacteria. All right, let's switch over to kombucha tea, which is really the benefit of acetic acid, not the bacteria, because we can't grow acetic acid bacteria in our guts. All right, so this acid helps with your blood sugars, and it really helps to make insulin more sensitive. And with that comes a lot of different benefits. It will help you lower blood pressure. It reduces inflammation. It helps you digest just from the standpoint of adding an acid to your system. It helps to decrease the growth of pathogens, and it can increase mineral absorption. Now, just as an interesting side note, sourdough bread uses both the lactic acid bacteria and the acetic acid bacteria, which I'm not recommending, but I just wanted to let you know. So which one is healthier? Well, that's a hard decision because both of them have their unique benefits. So if you're enjoying my content, which I hope you are, and you're applying this knowledge to your health, and you have a success, I'd really appreciate you sharing your success story. So click the link down below to my website where you can upload your success story so you can help inspire others.
So there you have it. It depends on your preference, it seems like, and what you are trying to achieve. But the beauty of it is that it doesn't have to be one or the other. Why not both? Sister Adina says she prefers a kefir. It's good. It's really good. But like I said, I tried the goat milk kefir, and that was a little bit too gamey for me. But the regular, it's actually pretty good. But yes, my preference as far as taste, like I said, would be the kombucha. But why not have both? And I was reading the comments on Dr. Berg's video, and a lot of the people on his comments were saying they drink the kefir in the morning and kombucha in the evening. So that's pretty good. And since both of them bring different health benefits, some similar, but a little bit of difference as well, why not have both? And so that's what I do. So before consuming, I have to give this disclaimer again, any herbal teas or supplements, please be sure to check with your healthcare provider or pharmacist to avoid potential interactions with medications or health conditions, especially if you are pregnant or nursing. All right, sisters, like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and let's go in. How many of you are on Instagram? How many of you are on Instagram? Because I'm a newbie. Shebrew Royalty is a newbie to Instagram. So if you are on Instagram already, please find us on Instagram at Shebrew Royalty LLC. Don't forget the LLC. We are there, and we would really like to hear from you. So give us a shout out on Instagram. And currently, YouTube and Instagram are as far as we ventured out. And I really don't foresee any of the other platforms. Of course, I had to get a Facebook account in order to set up my Instagram, but the Facebook is not active. So find us on Instagram. All right, so let's talk about last week's show. Last week's show, as you all know, once a month here on Tea Time with Shebrew Royalty, we will be honoring a medical superhero, a Black pioneer whose brilliance, courage, and innovation helped shape the fields of medicine and holistic wellness as we know them today. This series is designed to restore what history attempted to erase: the truth that African Americans have been architects of healing, not just recipients of care. By remembering their contributions, we reclaim legacy, we reclaim dignity, and we pass forward the wisdom of those that paved the path for us for our wellness today. So especially those of us who are in the health, who have been in healthcare, right? It is really amazing to see, our forefathers, I would say, and foremothers that have our sisters and so on that have paved this path for us with their blood, sweat, and tears, because many of, as you can tell from the two superheroes that we've already gone over, they had a tough go at it, right? It wasn't easy for them. It wasn't easy for them to accomplish what they accomplished, but they stuck with it and they did it. And so they paved that path for us. So last Sunday, we featured the second episode in our special series, Black Medical Superheroes, by honoring the forgotten healers, innovators, and pioneers who broke barriers in medicine long before any door was opened for them. Last week's spotlight shone on a woman who embodied resilience, purpose, and divine assignment, Dr. Rebecca Lee Crumpler. You heard about her journey from humble beginnings to becoming the very first Black female medical doctor in the United States. In spite of the challenges, she is worthy to be honored as one of our Black medical superheroes. Please, if you haven't already done so, go back and watch last week's episode to learn more about that incredible woman. Sister Habkarad says, I'm noticing I have lost weight and really don't want to, but I feel very healthy. It's probably the kefir. I should try the kombucha. The kefir really does help you lose weight. Khan says, oh my goodness, but you are also very active, sis. You are also very active. So that comes with the territory. And I know a lot of us are really trying to be more health conscious. And because of these lifestyle changes that we're making, we can expect that weight loss is going to come with that. What I would like to do, and even for myself, because I've lost weight as well, is to really just start toning, start building the muscle so that when you lose the weight, you're not losing muscle. All right. So, and I think you and I, we talked about that, and you're seeing more muscle definition, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Just keep on doing what you're doing, sis. Keep on doing what you're doing. So, sisters, all right, it's showtime. So without further ado, let's jump right in. Shalom, shalom again, beautiful Shebrews, and welcome back to Tea Time with Shebrew Royalty, your sacred space for women's health, wellness, and beauty, guided by ancient wisdom and the royal Shebrew Israelite way of life. For those that may be joining us for the first time, I'm your hostess, Kwala Yakaka, functional nutrition informed professional, retired physician assistant, and your wellness sister on this journey of inner healing and outer vitality. Tonight, we are diving into a topic most people don't think applies to them, but it absolutely does. It absolutely does. Parasites. Who really wants to talk about parasites, right? Who really want to even entertain the thought that you may have parasites? Well, yeah, those little tiny unwelcome guests they can move into our bodies, steal our nutrients, drain our energy, and disrupt our well-being. So, if you've been dealing with some mysterious symptoms such as chronic fatigue, gut issues, or skin flare ups, this episode may give you the clarity you've been searching for. So, let's sip our tea, our kombucha, lean into knowledge, and learn how to take back our health. Is that Sister PG Amani, Sister Phyllis? Shalawam says, we have two Phyllises in the house. All right. Shalawam, so good to see you. Thank you for coming in. So let's start off by talking about, finding out what in the world are parasites. Who knows what parasites are? If you do, put a 1 in the chat, and if you don't, put a 2. No shame here if you don't know. If you know what parasites are, you can also give me an example in the chat. So come on, sisters, I want you to be interactive with me. So I'm not here talking to myself. I know I'm not, but it's so much more fun when you interact with me, right? So if you know what parasites are, put a 1 in the chat. Sister, let's see, Sister Adana says yes, she has a 1. Sister PG Amani, Phyllis has a 1. All right. Yeah, so you all know, give me some examples. Come on, give me some examples of what these parasites are that you know about. So parasites are organisms that live in or on another organism, right? They live in or on another organism, which could be you, could be me, right? And rely on your body for survival. So the reason they're in or on you is because they are using you to survive. They consume your nutrients, disrupt your digestion, and check this out, produce waste that can overwhelm your system. So imagine that. They are producing waste as they are sucking up all of your nutrients. So some common types are, let's see, they rob you of nutrients. Yes, sis, yes, they do. Yep, they sure do. They live in and eat off of. Yes. They're sucking all of your nutrients. So here are some common types, which are protozoas, which are single-celled organisms like Giardia and Blastocystis, and Toxoplasma gondii. And we'll talk about that one later, because that one really, we really need to delve into that, and you'll find out why. Then there are helminths, which are worms such as pinworms, hookworms, tapeworms, and roundworms. And then there are ectoparasites. These are parasites that live on the skin, like mites and lice. And I'm sure that we've heard of scabies and chiggers and ticks. These are some examples. Many people assume that parasites only affect those who travel to foreign countries. But the truth is, parasites are everywhere. They are everywhere, not just in third world countries, not just in, these places that we think are not so developed. No, they're right here. They're everywhere. They are everywhere. So now that we know what they are, does anyone know how we get them? Once again, put 1 in the chat if you do, and 2 if you don't. Do you know how we get parasites? Here's that tickle in my throat again. Wow, I must be sensitive to something around here. So you can also drop a comment about how we may inadvertently become their host and they become an unwelcome guest. Let's have a conversation. So I have 2 number 1s again. Yes, so you know how we get them. Yeah. I mean, it's not like we're inviting them over to dinner or anything like that. They're unwelcomed, but here they are, right? So here are the most common ways that people unknowingly develop a parasite infestation. Number 1, contaminated food and water, such as undercooked meat, which is a huge problem. Never eat meats that's undercooked. There's a reason for that. There's also scriptures that we know that warns us about that, right? We're not supposed to eat that food with, meats with blood still in it. By consuming, yes, unfully cooked meat is one way. Con says, absolutely. So undercooked meat. How about raw seafood, such as sushi? Raw seafood, such as sushi. What about unwashed fruits and vegetables? And water from lakes, streams, or improperly filtered systems. So these are some of the ways that we can get a parasite infestation through food and water. Number 2 is contact with animals. Pets, livestock, and even wildlife can carry parasites that transfer through licking. How many of you have dogs and they lick and or cats, right? Through their fur contact. That's one way to get scabies. And what about fecal particles coming in contact with the feces of these animals? Sister Habkarad says sweets. What kind of sweet, says? What kind of sweets? Number 3, the third way, is poor hygiene practices. Not washing hands well. That's huge, right? It's so important that to have good hygiene, good hand washing techniques. Using public restrooms. Touching doorknobs, believe it or not, and surfaces, then eating. Because you never know the person that touched that doorknob before you, what was on their hand, right? Did they have, were their hands washed well? And then here you go, touching the doorknob, and If you didn't wash your hand, whatever germ is on that doorknob, now you're putting it in your mouth. Number 4, walking barefoot outdoors. And I have been so guilty of that with grounding and earthing, going outside and walking barefoot. So we have to be so very careful. So certain parasites like hookworms can penetrate skin from the soil. And many, many dogs have hookworms. Many dogs. And, people take their dogs for walks and, they don't clean up behind their dogs, their pets when they take them on their walks. You all know, what I'm talking about. Number 5 is through sexual transmission. Some parasites can be shared through intimate contact. Then number 6 is travel exposure, especially in places with lower water sanitation standards. The point is, parasites don't discriminate. Anyone can get them. Anyone can get them. I think some people think, well, I am just way too clean to get parasites, but no, like we said, just walking barefoot outside, touching doorknobs, and then eating. Sometimes we do things and we don't even realize that we are doing certain things. And before you know it, we're sick. We get colds that way as well. We come in contact with viruses, bacteria. So not just parasites. But tonight, we just happen to be talking about parasites. So now, how do we know if our unwelcome guests, because we really didn't welcome them, we didn't invite them, we just happened to pick them up along the way. How do we know if they've moved in and taken up residency in our temples? How do we know this? What are some of the symptoms that we should be aware of? Sister Phyllis Robinson says, yes, I heard they survive off sugar. Yes, they will eat the sugar, but that's not the actual cause of cakes, cookies, pastries, especially. Yeah, they'll eat anything. But yes, I don't know sugar to actually cause them, but yes, they will grow. They will feed off of that sugar. Correct. So, what are some of the symptoms we should be aware of? So this is where things get really interesting, because parasites often mimic other illnesses. Many people get misdiagnosed for years, right? So some of the digestive symptoms that you may have will be bloating, gas, diarrhea or constipation, abdominal pain, and feeling full quickly. Doesn't this sound like IBS, irritable bowel syndrome? Yeah, you may have been misdiagnosed as having IBS when it's actually a parasite infestation. Some other symptoms is nutrient deficiencies, such as iron deficiency, B12 deficiency, or sudden weight loss or weight gain. Also, skin issues, rashes, eczema flare-up. Weren't we talking earlier about the eczema flare-ups and the sensitive skin, right? Then there's unexplained itching and also acne breakouts. Because imagine having all of those parasites living in your gut. I mean, our gut, for those of you that haven't seen previous videos that I've made on gut health, you will realize that your gut, so much of your immune system comes from your gut. And if you've got parasites, if you're having constipation issues, guess what? It's going to manifest on your skin. You're going to see it with breakouts, with rashes. And some of these rashes could also be because of ectoparasites, the parasites that are living on your skin, such as with scabies. So if you have rashes that just won't go away, if you're having constant eczema flare-ups, unexplained itching, there's no rash, but you're really itchy, or acne breakouts, then it's time to really start exploring further, not just accepting, oh, well, this is just eczema. You may need to go have a stool test done, but we'll talk about that in just a few. Then there's also sleep disturbances, waking up around 2 or 3 a.m., especially children with pinworms, There's a lot of itchiness in the rectal area, and the children are miserable, absolutely miserable, and wakes them up at night. It's also insomnia and teeth grinding. These are some of the symptoms that you will see with parasite infestation. And let's not forget mood and cognitive symptoms, anxiety, irritability, brain fogs. Imagine that. And mood swings. All of this because of a parasite infestation. So you can see why you can actually be misdiagnosed, because some of these symptoms, you may be diagnosed with anxiety. You may be diagnosed with, oh, well, you're just having some hormonal issues that's causing your brain fog. Or your mood swings and irritability. Then there's also a stress on your immune system, such as frequent colds. And this is because you're not getting all of your nutrients. These little boogers are in there taking all of your nutrients, and you're getting none. Allergies, food sensitivities caused by parasites. So other red flags are feeling hungry all the time, chronic fatigue, and muscle or joint pain. Many of these symptoms come from parasite waste products. Doesn't that sound great? So your body is reacting to the waste that's coming from these parasites, because they're not just eating, they're not just consuming, they're also getting rid of waste as well. And where are they getting rid of the waste at? Inside of you or on your skin. And these toxins create inflammation and disrupt your hormonal balance. So imagine that. Those squatters, because that's what they are, they're squatters. You did not welcome them into your temple. They just moved in, and now they're thrashing your temple. I mean, they're in there acting like real squatters, right? How many of you have seen shows about squatters, people just moving into other people's homes, and then they don't want to leave, and they trash the place, they do whatever they want to do there, and then the true owners of the home have such a difficult time getting them out of the home. You have to go to court, get eviction orders, all of this stuff to get them out of your own home. Well, we're dealing with the same thing with these parasites, right? They're like squatters, for real. So earlier I mentioned that we would talk a bit more about Toxoplasma gondii. So before going any further, there's a video I want us to watch because this particular organism poses a significant threat to a special population, pregnant women and their unborn fetuses. So let's watch this video on toxoplasmosis, which is the illness caused by the Toxoplasma gondii organism. Let's watch this video.
Topic is toxoplasmosis, what you need to know. Toxoplasmosis is an infection that is caused by the parasite Toxoplasma gondii. The parasite is found in undercooked meat, especially venison, pork, and lamb, and can also be found in cat feces. It can also reach the human body through contaminated water. Toxoplasmosis carries serious implications, often proving fatal. It can also cause serious birth defects in fetuses if a mother is affected. The parasite is quite common, believed to infect around 60 million people in the US alone. However, most people with it do not get symptoms and can live their entire lives without knowing. Let's look at the disease in detail. Causes. T. gondii is present inside contaminated meat and water. It is most commonly contracted from meat that's raw or undercooked, or by drinking contaminated water. In rare cases, the parasite can also move into the human body through blood transfusions or organ transplantation. T. gondii can also exist in feces and may be present in the manure you use to treat your produce. Along with that, T. gondii is present in all warm-blooded animals, but cats are the only known hosts of this parasite. The parasite sexually reproduces inside cats, and its eggs move out through a cat's feces. Cats do not exhibit any symptoms, even though they have the parasite in them. This is why it is unadvised for pregnant women to clean out cat litters. It is fetuses and people with compromised immune systems who are at the greatest risk of getting toxoplasmosis. Symptoms. Toxoplasmosis usually does not cause any symptoms to show up, and people can spend their entire lives without knowing they have the parasite in their bodies. In symptomatic cases, people are likely to experience 1. Headaches, 2. A fever, 3. Sore throat, 4. Swollen lymph nodes, usually in the neck, 5. Muscle pain and aches. The symptoms last around a month and then disappear on their own. The condition can be quite dangerous for people with compromised or weakened immune systems. They are likely to experience 1. A lung infection that causes fever, coughing, and shortness of breath. 2. Brain inflammation, which causes seizures, confusion, and headaches, possibly leading to a coma. 3. An eye infection that causes eye pain and blurry vision. Toxoplasmosis can be life-threatening for unborn babies if they get it from their mother and can cause deformities. Diagnosis. Your doctor will take a blood sample and check for the presence of antibodies against a T. gondii infection. If the antibodies indicate an infection, they will likely order further tests to find out how long you have been infected. For pregnant women, they might take some amniotic fluid to check for the presence of the parasite in the unborn baby. Treatment. Toxoplasmosis symptoms often disappear on their own, but in severe cases, a doctor is likely to prescribe antibiotic sulfadiazine and daraprim, also known as pyrimethamine. These medicines are a last resort in case of an unborn baby having toxoplasmosis, as they can have side effects. Thank you for watching our video. Please do not forget to like and share the video. Also, please subscribe to the channel to stay updated on our latest videos. Today's topic is
So how many of you have heard of toxoplasmosis? How many of you have heard of that? Have you ever heard of that? And the risks? Who has heard of never? Okay. No. Isn't this something? Isn't this something? And especially being women, right? And having had babies, been pregnant, and your healthcare provider never told you about that. Never told you, do not, whatever you do not change cat. If you have a cat, you do not change the cat litter. Get someone else to do that. And I actually learned about this. I don't know, many of you may know, may not know, that one of my jobs my MOSs when I was in the Army was a vet tech, animal care specialist. And so part of my job was to, of course, treat animals, do the lab work, do parasite testing on the animals, and also educating the owners on the risks that are involved, and making sure that their pets are being dewormed, and even coming into healthcare as a medical provider, as a PA. That was my responsibility as well, was to educate my female patients about this, among others. But this was really important to let them know about, because so many women, like you said, so many women have never heard of toxoplasmosis, and that's a shame. So please do pass on this information. Pass on this information to as many women as you know, especially those that are in childbearing age, those that are pregnant, and especially if you know that they have pets, primarily cats, because this information needs to reach them. Okay? So far, we've learned about what they are, what these parasites are, how we get them, and the symptoms that you may experience if you've been hosting them as your guest, or maybe even long-term tenants, right? So they may have been there for a while. They may be really big and fat and juicy, right? I know that's not a good thought. I know, I am so sorry for giving you that visual. But, we never know. We never know. Shalawam, my beautiful. Who is here? Oh, sis Aqua Sierra Shalawam says, Shalawam, so good to see you. Welcome. So, especially now, because as we learned, these symptoms may mimic other health conditions. How do we know for sure if we have an infestation, or if it is just, IBS or eczema? How do we know for sure? So now let's talk about how we can know for sure what the culprit is, how to diagnose them. How do we diagnose them? So diagnosis can be tricky, but here are some of the most common and effective methods. Number one is stool testing. So a comprehensive stool analysis can detect the parasite eggs, the larvae, and the DNA from the organisms. So it's important to also know that regular stool tests often miss parasites. Sometimes they're missed on just a regular stool test. So it's recommended that you have a 3-day or a DNA-based test for accuracy, especially if you're having severe symptoms and your test is coming back. Your regular stool test that may be done by your provider in the clinic, sent off to the lab, just a regular stool test, and it may come back negative. But if you're still suspicious that that may be the problem, you may need to have a 3-day test or a DNA-based test for accuracy. Number 2 is blood tests. So a blood test can show elevated a type of white blood cell called eosinophils, and these eosinophils will be increased if you have either a parasite infestation or severe allergies. So if you have a blood test done and you're told that you have a high eosinophil count, then those are the 2 things, especially if you're not, if you don't have a lot of allergic symptoms, a lot of runny nose, sneezing, and so on and so forth, but you still have a high eosinophil count, you definitely need to have a stool test done to check for parasites. So the blood test will also show specific parasite antibodies. And it will also show anemia that is related to parasitic activity. So if your blood test shows anemia or elevated eosinophils or even antibodies, of course, if it shows antibodies to a specific parasite, then you know for sure that this is a parasitic infestation. And then there's a test called a PCR test, which is it's a highly sensitive genetic testing that can catch hard to find organisms. Another test is a colonoscopy or endoscopy. So occasionally these tests are used if the symptoms are severe or the parasite load is suspected to be high. They'll do a colonoscopy. Then number 5 is symptom-based diagnosis. So this diagnosis comes from basically your symptoms. So many integrative and functional practitioners diagnose based on your system clusters, your travel history, your food history, and chronic unexplained health issues. So if you have a history of eating a lot of raw meats, a lot of raw fish, if you've traveled recently to some of the places that we talked about earlier, or you're having these clusters of symptoms, then an integrative or functional practitioner may diagnose you according to your symptoms and treat you based on your symptoms. So far we've learned what they are, how we get them, the symptoms and disease that they cause, and how to diagnose them. Now let's talk about how to evict and eradicate them from your temple and what you can do to avoid hosting these squatters again, because we don't want them back. Who have we here? We have, I am trying to lay KWO4. Who is that? Drop your name in the chat box for me, sis. Sister Lara, oh, Shalawam. Shalawam, sis. So good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, let's talk about serving these critters eviction notices, getting them kicked out of the palace, out of the temple, right? So, how do we treat them? How do we treat these boogers? So, there are two main approaches, right? One is the medical and one is the holistic. So, many people benefit from both, from a combination of both the medical and the holistic. So, let's talk about both. So let's start with the medical treatments. So doctors may prescribe anti-parasitic medications such as albendazole, mebendazole, metronidazole, and praziquantel, or even ivermectin. And I don't know, many of you probably have not heard about, many of these, the albendazole, the mebendazole, wherever you see that zole, this is antiparasitic. Metronidazole, praziquantel, but I'm sure many of us have heard of ivermectin. So these are highly effective for many infections, but they may not address the root cause, because if the root cause is your diet, then you really need to address the diet issues as well. If you're eating the raw meats, you've got to stop that completely. Raw fish, stop it completely. The hygiene issues. So we've talked about a lot of ways that we can contract these parasites. So address the root cause. It may not address the reoccurrence, right? So if the root cause has not been addressed, then the likelihood that you will get this infestation again after treatment is pretty high. Then we need to repair the gut, because of course, if you've had these parasites living in your gut for any period of time, there's some damage there. There's a lot of damage that has been done. So we've got to repair the gut. And then, of course, detoxification. We have to get all of these toxins, because remember, these parasites, they were not only feeding off of your nutrients, they were also eliminating their waste in your gut. So now you need to detox, because we know that anything that's in the gut, it doesn't just stay in the gut, right? It goes systemically throughout our body. So now detoxification is really, really necessary. So let's talk about the second option. The second option is holistic and natural approaches. Traditional herbal blends include wormwood. I know many of you have heard of wormwood. Are sardines considered raw fish? No, sis. Mm-mm. Black walnut hull, clove, garlic, oregano oil, papaya seeds, and pumpkin seeds. So these herbs target the adult parasite, eggs, larvae, and the biofilm, which is the layer that protects the parasite. So once again, these are wormwood, black walnut hull, clove, garlic, oregano oil, papaya seeds, and pumpkin seeds. So this is a topic that is so important. So important. The next step is gut healing. And like I said earlier, I talked about this on a lot of my previous videos. gut healing. Gut health is so important. It is so important for our whole well-being. If your gut is unhealthy, then more than likely you're unhealthy. It's not just the gut, right? So after clearing the parasites out, rebuilding now is essential. So what you'll need are probiotics. Bone broth is also very good for healing the gut. Slippery elm, aloe vera, L-glutamine, and digestive enzymes. Then we need detox. We talked about detox and lymphatic support, lymph support, right? Getting your lymphatic system to clear all of this crap out of your body, especially the parasite waste. That's important. So dandelion root is known for that. Burdock root, red clover, dry brushing, hydration. You've got to drink plenty of water. Start flushing your system out. And sauna therapy. Especially, and I did a show also on far infrared sauna treatment. So good for detox. So good for detoxification. So let's detox, get lymphatic support, and the dry brushing is going to help with clearing your lymphatic system. The dandelion root, the burdock root, red clover, hydration, absolutely necessary, and sauna therapy. Then we also need lifestyle adjustments. Lifestyle adjustments. Washing your produce. Whenever you buy fruits and vegetables, washing them thoroughly. Cook meat fully, all the way through, right? Well done meats. Use filtered water. Practice strong hygiene. Does chamomile tea help too? I don't know about chamomile tea specifically for parasite infestation. I don't know of that being one of the benefits of chamomile tea, but I can check into that. Practice strong hygiene and avoid walking barefoot where animals defecate. Don't walk in those areas. Avoid that. So, wow. Now that we have evicted those pesky squatters, how do we prevent them from coming back? How do we prevent them from coming back? Or you may have already been parasite free. You may not have had an infestation. How do you maintain that environment? Prevention is always the best medicine. Prevention is always the best medicine. So to stay parasite free, keep your gut healthy. A healthy gut is so important. Keep your gut healthy. Support your immune system. Use herbs seasonally. Avoid cross-contamination in the kitchen. And what this means is sometimes you may be cooking chicken or fish and you have the raw chicken or the raw fish on a cutting board or what have you. Before putting produce on that cutting board, you need to wash that cutting board really well to eliminate any of the blood or anything like that from going. Now, cross-contaminating your produce. Clean your fruits and vegetables with a vinegar or salt wash. Maintain a strong detox routine. So if you're not detoxing, start doing regular detoxes. You are the guardian of your temple. Awareness is your power. We have to guard our temple from these unwanted, unwelcome guests, right? Because once they move in, I am so serious. Once they move in, it's really hard to get them evicted. It's really hard to get them out because they go through so many different life cycles, and some of the treatments may only treat one part of the life cycle. Like it may kill the adults, but not kill the larvae or the eggs, right? And then you have to hit it again. You have to come back again and do another treatment, or you may have to do a treatment for maybe 30 days or more, depending on what type of treatment you're getting. But I would strongly recommend that if you suspect a parasitic infestation, that you see a healthcare provider or a naturopathic doctor and get on a good parasite cleanse. Get on a good parasite cleanse. So parasites may be small, but the effects they have on our energy, our hormones, and vitality are huge. The good news is, once you understand how they work, you can take control of your health and reclaim your balance from the inside out. So if you'd like a simple parasite cleanse guide, a tea protocol, or a wellness ritual, go ahead and you can send me, let me put my email up here. ShebrewRoyaltyBiz@gmail.com. I have some tea recipes, but please do not, if you strongly suspect that you have a parasite infestation, go get it checked. Go get yourself checked. Get a stool test done, a blood test done. Get a proper diagnosis. Why? Because all parasites aren't treated with the same protocol. You may need something for the protozoa rather than the helminth. So it would behoove you to get a proper diagnosis so you will know exactly what parasite you're dealing with so that you can get the proper treatment for that parasite. All right, does that make sense? Does that make sense, sisters? So that is our show about parasites. Does a 24 fast from food work for detoxing from parasites? No. No, they won't starve. They won't starve after 24 hours, sis. They won't starve after 24 hours. So yeah, you actually have to kill them. You have to slaughter them. And a 24-hour fast is not going to do that. So yeah. They have to be killed. I know, right? You say, oh man, no, man, we would all be parasite free, because anybody can do a 24-hour fast. I mean, we do that often, right? But no, sis, unfortunately not. Unfortunately not. I'm scared to get checked. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. No, you know, it's empowering to know what you're dealing with. If you suspect that, then I would highly recommend getting a test done. All praises to the Most High, sis. All praises to the Most High. Because I know we, you know, many of us have done parasite cleansing and so on. But the only way to know if it was effective is to really, unless you notice a significant difference in your symptomology, your symptom after the parasite cleanse, right? If you notice, oh my gosh, I no longer have the bloating, I no longer have the skin rash, the gut issues, then you know, wow, this really worked. But sometimes even after the cleanse, you may still have some symptoms. So the best way to know for sure is to get tested before and get tested after. That's the best way, right? Because knowledge is power. Is there a kit available we can purchase to check ourselves, or would need to see a specialist? If you have either a primary care provider, I don't know of anything over the counter. But you can also talk to a naturopathic doctor and see if they have a specific kit. I know one of the sisters, Sister Patricia from the Dallas body, she yeah, you know what, I'm gonna see, I don't know if I can get her back on the show. I'm gonna direct you to a video, sis. I'm gonna direct you to a video. I had Sister Patricia, who is a colon hydrotherapist, on the show previously, and if you're interested, I can connect you with her. And she will direct you in that area on how you can get tested. And that's for anyone out there that is looking for someone. I have a really good naturopathic doctor, and also, like I said, Sister Patricia, she's a colon hydrotherapist. She does the colonics and so on. Awesome. I'll make sure you get her information. Khan. All praises to the Most High. All praises. So if you all have any questions, like I said, my email is on the ticker there, and most of you have my number, so you can text me. How do you use the papaya seed to eliminate the parasite? You just eat them. Just eat them. And I've heard mixed reviews about that, about the papaya seeds. I've heard mixed reviews. I've heard where, you know, some studies say they work, some say they don't. I don't think papaya seed by itself, that you should use a papaya seed by itself. Once again, getting tested, and I think if you're doing all of the other protocols, maybe even with some of the treatments that we discuss, whether it's a medical treatment or the holistic treatment with the herbs, that you can now use the pumpkin seeds and papaya seeds as an adjunct. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Khan, is there, oh, that's the same question. Yep. All right. So Thawada sisters, I think this, thank you for your interaction and for your questions. Let's see, how do you, okay, I've already read that. Thawada says, yes. Pumpkin seeds. So good. Khan says, so this channel is not monetized, but if you find the information that is presented on this channel to be useful and valuable to you, please feel free to give a donation to the cause. Nothing is too small, nothing is too great. Shebrew Royalty LLC and Tea Time with Shebrew Royalty are labors of love and appreciation. What I present on this channel and create and offer on ShebrewRoyalty.com comes from a place of love, care, and appreciation for each and every one of you and myself, and most definitely for the Most High who has given me this platform, right? So we appreciate any gift that the Most High puts on your heart to donate. Donations may be sent to $ Shebrew Royalty on Cash App. Please be sure to specify donation as the purpose for the transaction. Thank you, Thawada, in advance for your generosity. But the best way to support us is by visiting ShebrewRoyalty.com and purchasing one of our all-organic skincare products from either our Temple Treasures collection, Made for the Queens, or from the Hebrew Royalty collection, specifically crafted for our kings. And don't forget our royalty collection as well. So if you haven't experienced our products, please check out our review page on ShebrewRoyalty.com and check out what other customers are saying about our products. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about our upcoming Virtue Women's Conference and Tea Party. How many of you have heard about this incredible event that's coming up in 2026? You don't want to miss this. This will be our third Shebrew Royalty Tea Party, but our first time that it's combined with a conference. So this is so exciting. So I am going to take you all to the website right now. I'm going to take you to the website right now and take you to our conference and tea party page. And I just completed this page today. This is one of the things that I was working diligently on today. I was working diligently. So when you go to ShebrewRoyalty.com, here we are. More than likely, you're going to land on the home page. So I'm going to go to the home page. This is our home page. If you haven't already visited ShebrewRoyalty.com, here we are. There's the queen. Look at her, all royal and regal. Then you go right here to Virtue Women's Tea Party. Let's go. Let's go right here. So here we are. Virtue Women's Conference and Royal Tea Party 2026. Doesn't that look regal? A royal weekend of wisdom, wellness, and womanhood. All right. Let me I'm going to get this page up for us here. I am getting it on my laptop here because I want to see these words up close. You all know that this far distant vision is something for me. So it says a royal weekend of wisdom, wellness, and womanhood. So it says, welcome to the official page for the Virtue Women's Conference and Tea Party 2026, a sacred and elegant gathering dedicated to uplifting, inspiring, and celebrating women of all ages, hosted by Shebrew Royalty LLC. This 3-day experience is designed to nourish the mind, body, and spirit while creating memories that last a lifetime. So what to expect? What should you expect at this event? Throughout the weekend, women and girls will enjoy the intentional blending of inspiration, wellness, and joy, crafted to honor every season of womanhood. So let's see what's going on Friday. On that Friday, workshops and sisterhood connections, a full day of engaging workshops designed to uplift and inspire women, mothers, young daughters, and teens, explore topics that nurture virtue, wisdom, wellness, femininity, and emotional wholeness. Choose the sessions that speak to your journey. So that's Friday. Full day of workshops. Let's talk about Saturday. Saturday is the Sabbath and self-care morning and afternoon, evening sip, paint, and pizza. So Saturday morning is open for breakfast and observation of the Shabbat for those that do not observe the Shabbat, because this event is open to women in our communities. It's not specific for the women in our church congregation. This is open to women wherever they are that want to attend, right? So Saturday morning, open for breakfast and observance of the Shabbat. For those that do not observe the Shabbat, this is an opportune time to explore San Antonio's Riverwalk, engage in a self-care spa day, indulge in breakfast or brunch, or a movie, or other activity based on your interests. And then Saturday afternoon and evening, enjoy a fun evening of paint, sip, and pizza at Painting with a Twist. Details coming soon. So sisters, this is going to be so much fun. This is going to be so much fun. Very family oriented, mother, daughter. It's just going to, and it's an elegant affair. Let's talk about Sunday. Sunday is the Royal Tea Party and Keynote Experience. Our signature event. This is the signature event. Enjoy an elegant tea party set in royal purple and gold as we fellowship, sip, dine, and experience our powerful keynote message. The keynote message is crowned with wisdom, clothed in virtue. A beautiful program of inspiration, entertainment, and sisterhood awaits. While the women enjoy TEA time, tea time, Husbands and sons are invited to TEE, tea time, at the Olympia Hills Golf Course. So the event will be taking place at the Olympia Hills Golf Course and Event Center in Universal City here in Texas. Stay connected. More details are coming soon. This is only the beginning. We are preparing a full itinerary, workshop descriptions, entertainment, guests highlights, vendor features, and registration details. Check back often as we continue unveiling the experience. Follow Shebrew Royalty LLC on Instagram for real-time updates. We can't wait to welcome you to a royal weekend of virtue, wisdom, and unforgettable sisterhood. Dates and location, June 5th through 7th, 2026, Olympia Hills Golf and Event Center, 12900 Mount Olympus, Universal City, Texas, 78148. So sisters, keep checking back on this page. Keep checking back on this page because this is where all of the updates are going to be. And of course, I am going to keep you all informed every Sunday on Tea Time with Shebrew Royalty about the progress. But this is going to be such an amazing and fun experience. Such an amazing experience. Our previous 2023, we had one in 2021, one in 2023, both in California. And this event is hosted by Shebrew Royalty LLC. It is hosted by Shebrew Royalty LLC. It is not hosted by any church or any other organization, but Shebrew Royalty LLC. So, and previously in California, both events were absolutely amazing, but we are growing. We are really growing. Both previous events were, we just did the tea parties, just the tea party. But based on the response that I received from those two tea parties, I knew that we had to step up the game because sisters wanted more. They were like, oh my gosh, this was just too much fun. 4 hours was not enough. We need more of this. And I agreed because those 4 hours really went by fast. They really went by fast. So this time we have a full weekend of incredible, amazing entertainment, fun for, like I said, for all ages. We're going to have activities for the little girls, the teenagers, and the adults. So sisters, what do you think of that? Sister PG Armani, Sister Phyllis says, looking forward to it. All praises, sis. All praises. So am I. So am I. So much. Yes. So much. Matter of fact, I think we have time to show a quick video of the previous. Let's see. The last tea party. Let me show a quick slideshow. Quick slideshow. All right. So much fun. So much fun. So much fun. It really was. It really was. And but oh my gosh, the sisterhood that came out of these tea parties. I am just telling you, the connections, the love, oh my gosh, it was just absolutely beautiful. And like I said, we are stepping it up this time around. We are stepping it up to the next level. And from here on out, if it's the Most High's will, this is going to be an annual event hosted by Shebrew Royalty LLC for as long as we can, right? And this is also a way for us to connect with other women in our community, and so they can get to see and experience the love, the joy that we have with each other and for each other. So I am really looking forward to this. So once we get all the flyers and everything going, invite your friends, invite your co-workers, invite family members, and we're just going to have an amazing time. We are going to have an amazing, amazing time. So what do you think, sisters? Are you ready? Get ready, because June will be here before you know it, right? So, yeah, I'm excited. So let's continue to grow this channel so that information can reach Shebrews throughout the four corners of the earth, and even those that are not Shebrews but are willing to be a part of our community. We are to let our light shine so others can be led to the source of the light. The water, Sister Phyllis, both Phyllises. You said absolutely beautiful. Sister PG Imani, Sister Phyllis says, I'm ready. That's what I'm talking about. I am ready too, sis. Sister Alara says, beautiful setup. The water, sis. The date is June 5th through 7th. June 5th through 7th, 2026, Friday through Sunday. Friday through Sunday. Khan. All praises. So the Water Sisters, thank you for your continued love and support. I love you all so much and always appreciate you taking time out of your very, very busy schedules to have tea and conversation with me and for us to learn together, right? The water. I'm so grateful to each and every one of you. And know that I'm praying for you. I'm praying for us. I am praying for this sisterhood. So until the Most High brings us back together again, may we all prosper and be in excellent health. Sister Lillian says, oh, wow. Yes, it did its own thing, huh? The water. You said the water. No problem, sis. Ayandabar. All praises to the Most High. Yes, may we continue to prosper and be in excellent health. And remember, true healing begins inwardly before it is expressed outwardly. I'm your hostess, Kuala Yakaka, a voice of reasoning and justice. Thank you for joining me on another healing moment on Tea Time with Shebrew Royalty. Until next time, may your temple be nourished, protected, and thriving. And as always, this is Tea Time with Shebrew Royalty. Shalom and many blessings. Good night. Shalawam, sisters. Have a blessed and amazing week. And if it's the Most High's will, we'll be back next Sunday, same tea time, same tea channel. Shalawam, sis. Shalawam, sisters. Have a blessed week. Ahabatha.